Yesterday was a very sad day, and something deep inside seemed to break open inside of me. Watching the way President Zelensky was treated, dismissed, disrespected, bullied, it was more than just a political failure. It was a failure of decency, of diplomacy, of our shared responsibility to stand for humanity. And I felt the despair rise in me like a big wave. And despair is a heavy thing. It whispers that we are powerless, that the cruelty of the world is too vast, that nothing we do will matter. I know that voice, but I also know that listening to it only strengthens the forces we wish to resist. So I'm offering this meditation first for myself and then for anyone else who feels shaken, disheartened, or lost in the darkness of these times. This practice is not about bypassing grief or numbing anger. It is about making space for it, attending to it with care, and allowing love to be the force that guides us forward. Because fear and despair do something to us. They tighten and shrink and isolate us. But when we undo them, when we tend to our hearts with compassion and bring a greater spaciousness to align with love, we can reclaim our power. We stay connected to what is true and what is possible, to the deep well of humanity that is always here, rising up even in the darkest moments. I know I need this now, and I need to stay connected to love so that I can still be a voice for humanity in my small circle of influence. I can stay being a voice for justice, for the world that I dream of and I hope so dearly for myself, for my family, for my children, for my children's children. So if you need that too, let's move into this meditation together. Let's begin by finding a quiet space where you can sit comfortably, alert. Close your eyes if that feels okay to do so, or simply soften your gaze downward. And let's begin by just taking a moment to pause, to settle into an embodied presence. I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose, pausing a moment, and then slowly and fully exhaling through your mouth. And do this a couple more times in your own way. Allowing your breath to ground you into this moment, to settle and center yourself. And then when you're ready, allow your breath to fall into its natural rhythm and keeping your attention on the steady movement of each rise and fall of each breath. Each inhale and exhale can be like the waves on the ocean shore. They move in, pause, and then recede out. So just bringing your awareness to this natural rhythm of each breath. This meditation calls upon a mindfulness practice called RAIN, which stands for recognize, allow, investigate with kindness, and nurture. So to start, continue breathing, bringing your awareness to whatever is present within you. What emotions are here? Sadness, despair, a sense of powerlessness, without evaluating the rightness or the wrongness, the good or the bad. Just simply notice your feelings, the state of your body, the tone, the mood that you're experiencing right now. And softly name what you're feeling, perhaps whispering to yourself, grief is here, anger is here, powerlessness is here. Whatever it is, just softly name to recognize what is here. And now, instead of pushing these feelings away, just allow them to be here. Give them space, like Rumi suggests in his poem, The Guest House. Invite these feelings like they're a guest who have arrived at your door. Breathe them in. Let them unfold in their own time. Not forcing, just being present. You might say to yourself, as a way to stay connected and present to each feeling, giving yourself permission. It's okay to feel this. These feelings belong. I'm not alone in this. Sometimes these feelings are difficult, so they need encouragement for us to allow them to be present. And then gently, with curiosity, continue to hold these feelings, to hold what is alive inside of you, and gently begin to shift to an investigation with embodied presence. And by that I mean you might ask yourself, or you might ask each feeling, where do I feel this in my body? And then lean into the sensations of each feeling. Is it heaviness in your chest? Tightness in your throat or belly? Dull ache behind your eyes? Just as you bring curiosity, investigating these feelings, not with your mind and analysis, but rather your embodied experience of each feeling. And where do you feel them? And as you locate these feelings in your body, bring your breath to that area. As you investigate these feelings and sensations associated with them, you might notice that they're not something solid. They change and shift. And they have a unique presence. And now you might like to ask, what do I need right now? From a place of care and embodied presence, lean into investigating and sensing what is needed. Do you need comfort, reassurance, a sense of connection? So, whatever arises, just simply listen, staying present as if you are in a conversation with someone you love. You might like to offer yourself these affirmations and feel free to adjust them to meet whatever feels right for you in this moment. But something in the present moment you could affirm: I hold my sadness with tenderness. I make space for my grief. I am worthy of kindness. You might like to place your hand gently on your heart and let the felt sense of touch send a presence of warmth and care to yourself. You might offer yourself words of kindness like, it's okay, sweetheart, or you matter, your feelings matter, or I'm here, darling. In whatever way, just offering yourself and this sense of loving kindness to your heart. And you may like to whisper these affirmations, and again, feel free to shift them in whatever way feels best for you. I am holding myself with loving kindness. I am finding strength to be with myself tenderly. I am remembering that I am not alone. And coming back to your breath and the rise and fall, and just stay a few moments centered in this embodied presence, being with whatever is alive in you right now, present and aware, connected to the ground beneath you, to your loving attention to whatever is present. Now, I invite you to let this compassion and this tenderness ripple out. You might picture someone you love, a dear friend, a family member, someone who is also struggling, and send these same wishes to them. May you be held in loving kindness. May you find strength within your tender, caring heart. May you remember that you are not alone. And now I invite you to extend this kindness to the people of Ukraine, those who are facing war and uncertainty and loss. Imagine them too surrounded by a light of resilience and care. You might like to softly offer these words of loving kindness. May you be safe. May you be free from suffering. May you be held in love. May you know peace. And just letting the words you find to offer loving kindness to the people in Ukraine. And now coming back to your breath, I invite you to take a deep breath in, pausing a moment, and then slowly and fully exhaling, releasing any further tension that you might feel. And just begin to feel yourself here in this moment, rooted, alive, connected to something much greater that's full of mystery and love and beauty. And you might want to just linger here a little longer. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes and carry this awareness with you. The world is heavy right now, but we do not need to hold it alone. And we can find hope and action to bring our energy, our light, our love to pierce through this darkness. And we can, by meditations like this or other practices, we can remind each other. We can hold each other. We can be present to whatever another person is feeling with empathy and compassion, to allow it to have space and kindness and love present. So thank you for joining me in this meditation practice. Thank you very much for being a caring companion. May we trust our heart as a powerful force for the well-being of our humanity. May we contribute each in our own way the beauty and joy that is always present in this wonderful, beautiful world that we live in. Namaste.